You really killed
You
her.
did! You did! Thank you! Feeling so fresh, so juicy.
I've been a fan, baby, I just wanna kick it. I've been a fan, I don't mind getting a ticket. Girl, it's your show, your show, your show. Girl, it's your show, your show, your show, your show. I've been a fan, baby, I just wanna kick it.
Pull up in your nigga Porsche, watch me skirt. He used to be a soldier boy, now want me you. Should've never fucked my bag up, baby boy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Thank you so much for being here at Kicking It with Natanya today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, such a pleasure. I'm actually such a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even tell you. I'm such a big fan.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Okay, so you came into the industry. The way I see it, and according to my research, around 2016.
Yeah, around 2016, October, November. It was so random, guys. Like, I did not know I was going to become a musician until I did. Because in high school, yeah, I was in the choir. Cool. I did voice classes. Cool. Music fest, those two competitions between schools and stuff for the choirs. Okay, that was like my first music scene. But I never used to like singing those solo performances that everyone was always pushing me to do. But then I guess I just wanted to discover my sound. So the way I made that first song, when I got out of high school, I really got into SoundCloud. And I found a bunch of artists from Nairobi, producers, blah 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 blah. Then I came across this beat called Boomaye. It was made by Blinky. And at the time I was just writing poetry just for the fun of it. It's just another creative outlet for me. And then one morning I just played it. I was like, okay. Then I was recording myself freestyling to it. Also like going through one of the poems that I had written. And then I was like, okay, this could be a song. So then I DM'd him on SoundCloud. I was like, hey, could I write to you a song and record to it? He was like, cool. I'd already listened to it, so I was so excited. I went to the studio. I did it like 2 takes, and it was like, okay, cool. And then I sent it to Blinky, and then he was like, come to the studio and do layers. I'm like, layers? What do you mean layers? I've already told people this song is coming out tomorrow. I can't start doing layers. I don't even know what those are, you know? So then when I dropped it, you guys were vibing with it, and I was like, okay. And then I was featured on this, I think it was like a blog post for like top 5 songs you should listen to in Nairobi from the underground scene. I remember Sichangi's EP was also featured on it, so I guess it was like, okay, I guess I'm in the scene. Yeah, so around 2016 when Creative Garage was just like popping, so that's where I used to perform and stuff, yeah.
2016 saw a lot of people into the industry.
That was a good
year.
That was a really good year. Yeah, it was really nice, intimate, and then Alchemist started popping, so then everybody wanted to perform at the Alchemist. And then when you got to do it, you really felt like, okay, I'm doing this thing for real, you know. I don't know, man, but like honestly, I started performing and being a musician by mistake, kind of. I guess it was just like a path that was ready for me to walk into, because I guess I'm a creative person, so I was bound to do something creative. So I guess it's like the music. And then it also got me into like photography and film, so writing scripts for my music videos, art direction, set design, blah blah blah. So I don't know, man, it's just fun.
It's a jig and it's definitely out.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I put this? So Blinky brought you in and you ran with it. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. So he didn't necessarily bring me in. I brought myself in with his beats, and you know, so it was just like one of those things. And I think also obviously the fact that it was his beats, it also just like, you know, it added onto it. So,
and we all know you can't even play when it comes to Blinky.
He's always like you just have to allow it. Yeah. So that was fun.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Blinky.
Shout out to Blinky. Yeah. He really kickstarted it for me. Yeah.
Okay. I am aware that you rebranded at some point.
Yeah.
From, say with me, Rue.by.
That was one reason why I had to change that, because since I joined SoundCloud, I just joined it for the fun of it and to find artists to listen to music, because I discovered this one song called it's by the internet called Special Affair. And when I heard that song, I was like, damn, music can sound like this. Who are these people? Whether I'm trying to Shazam it, my homie is playing it for me, and she's like, no, you can't find it on Shazam. Why? Because it's on SoundCloud. I'm like, okay. So then that's how I got introduced to SoundCloud, and then the name, I just needed to have a handle, and then I dropped a song still under the same handle. So I just had to find a way to say it so that it seemed like my artist's name. Okay. So I never really put that much thought into it. So the reason why I changed it to LaRue in terms of the name is because I needed something that really represented me, because I also call myself the Sweet and Spicy Hummingbird. So I felt like LaRue is very sultry, very sexy, cute, and so mysterious to some extent, because that is a proper representation of who LaRue is, who Ruby is, who I just am. And then also the rebranding was also just to take my music more seriously, be more intentional about everything that I do, not just releasing music for the fun of it. I have to do it in a proper way so that it can actually go, because I just don't want to throw stones and then nothing is happening. So obviously I just needed to be more intentional about everything that I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Make it all gel.
Yeah, everything.
Same
to
person.
just work. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, I can talk about LaRue and the woman that you are now, but just for context, it's been a long way coming.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe just reel us into your journey of, how it's been just getting into the music industry in Kenya? Okay.
So like getting into the music scene industry in Kenya was random, as I said before, but it's just been a learning process, because I didn't know what I was doing, guys. Like I just know people go to the studio, record, and then release music. But then you also have to understand like contracts between you and your producers. You need to understand sending press releases. You need to understand how to promote your music, proper campaigns. Push it, have it played on radio stations, go for interviews, shows, and blah blah blah. And that's just stuff that I started learning on the way. And then I also give credit to Camille, who really helped me push my music on a different level, helping me understand how people are doing it internationally, so that I can also just put myself on that level and not just to see that my competition is just here. Because you have to think big, you have to think bigger than your boundaries. You have to be able to reach people all over the world, because that's what the big leagues are doing. So you have to think like them and act like them and make those same decisions so you can get yourself there.
Which brings me to my next question, actually, which is your music. It's quite the alternative sound, It's different from what we know from mainstream R&B. I mean, what do you even categorize your music as? Because can I take a wild guess? I'm going for Afro, fusion, jazz, R&B, like.
I completely feel it. It's so funny. I saw Burna Boy do this interview. I don't remember who was. I think the guy from South Africa. Late night show with come on guys, Trevor Noah. He had an interview with Trevor Noah, and he was talking about how I think about a pizza. The pizza is the Afro, and then like the toppings are like jazz, R&B, I don't know what, just like different genres, and then it's just like Afro fusion of like all those genres. So I guess it could be something like that, but I don't know. It's just really what I feel like my vibe would match on. And because I'm very versatile, I don't necessarily have a sound, but if I was to say, I'd say Afro jazz, Afro soul, basically that vibe. A little bit of, if there's Afro R&B, dude, honestly, I don't know, just whatever it is that I feel like my voice would sound good on. And then I also do a little bit of trap, but that's just when I'm feeling like my bad bitchy ass. That's when that's when I do that. My spicy side.
Allowed. I mean, I feel like you're really just opening a whole other avenue by yourself. I don't think you understand the kind of movements that you have going on here.
Thank you.
Because it is a new avenue. I mean, when I listen to your sound, and I do listen to a lot of alternative music as well, from, that kind of thing. I feel you. But when I heard it here and how you twisted it to make it sound like home, mind blowing.
Thank you so much.
That's art.
And it's definitely because of me getting hooked on SoundCloud, becoming a SoundCloud junkie. and just listening to all the different kinds of, everybody is so weird, and just getting to understand all the different artists and how they deliver their music and their sound. I was just like, honestly, we can do it anyhow, and I can do it everywhere as long as I vibe with it, as long as it sounds good, because I only want to make good songs. So if it doesn't sound good, no one's gonna hear it. So it's just like one of those things.
That says a lot about yourself, you know. It's just almost, you know, coming out of a cocoon that a lot of people are placed in and ways to do things. Is that just who you are as a person too?
I guess so, because I wouldn't want to necessarily be categorized as one thing, because if I try something else, I might be given backlash for it, or I'd be told you need to okay, yes, I understand specializing in like one genre of music or one type of thing so you're really, really good at it, but I feel like art is supposed to be free. Like whatever it is that you really want to do, just do it. Of course, you have to be within your brand. You have to think about it in a business perspective, because you don't want to throw people off. So it has to be like within the same kind of scope, but like just do your thing. Yeah, so I guess that kind of is who I am.
Straight up.
Yeah.
What could you maybe give me 3 artists you look up to, you know, and draw motivation from very deeply, you know, in your sound, in just how you carry yourself as an artist.
Yeah.
People who motivate you to do better and continue becoming, you know, the woman that you are.
I feel like I'm inspired by artists and even just normal people in general, like my mom, everybody who's motivated. But I really, really love Asa. I love Lauryn Hill, the fact that she can sing and she can rap. Doja is also pretty fire. Doja is also pretty fire. And Amy Winehouse, of course, because if you listen to like the first songs that they used to release, that was super jazzy, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm like a jazz cat. So I really owe Amy Winehouse that for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So that's variety, like you said. It's
Yeah.
nothing, you know, I was waiting for symmetry, you're all rounded.
Yeah.
I see I'm suffering from realness. I see you, steady trying to debunk this. Tell me who, really, really the baddest. So Casey trying to feature.
These are from 2 different artists. This one is called Jabez. This one is called Phoebe Akondi. She's called Nyokabi. She did this. I remember these 2 are a screenshot of this girl's pictures on Instagram, and I just thought they were pretty lit, and I also really like her, so I just decided to represent her as well. This is from another girl called Tasha. This was one of my ex's pieces, or that he made it for me, because I don't know, man, but it was pretty sweet, I guess. And then like, this is just part of me. I don't know, there's just a bunch of shit here from different people, so this means a lot to me. Even if it just looks like a whole lot of random shit, it carries a lot of meaning for me. I guess I'm kind of a hoarder, I could say, because I have a bunch of shit that I don't need, but I know I'm not gonna live here forever. So like, this could be in one room, this could be in another, so you know, I'll just hold on to my shit forever. These are pieces from an artist, I don't know his name, but when I had my listening party at Kyoko Art Gallery, I put up a bunch of paper, plain paper, and I had like crayons, oil crayons, pens, pencils, whatever the fuck, and then he just decided to go off, and he really went off. So these were my best pieces from that day.
You're such a raw talent. I mean, you're as raw as they actually can, you know? And it shows in your style of music, which is beautiful, I have to say. I think the way you speak and the attitude you portray, you are making quite the impact in defining how women express themselves, at least in our direct environment.
Yeah.
Which happens to be a very conservative society for women by large.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you face some challenges, you know, just being who you are and very bold about it.
Yeah.
What kind of challenges, or what would you speak to that, you know?
Well, I could say, like, in my Hey There film, I showed a whole lot of thighs, and I know people were not having it, rather my, like, you know, the older generation, but those are not the people that I'm targeting. So as much as I have to put that into consideration, I also have to understand that, is that my target audience? I know, yes, my parents might feel a way, but then at the end of the day, it's all about the artistry. That is what I wanted to show. That is the aesthetic that I wanted, and I have to match up to it. In terms of being a woman in the society, well, I guess just being a woman in general, it's already hard living in a world with men who do not understand boundaries. Period. People who are entitled, you tell them no, they don't know how to take it, they want to feel away, and they want to get aggressive about it. So much of the time when a woman doesn't speak out, it means that they're weak, or it means that they're guilty, and it's like, that's not the case. Maybe she just doesn't want to indulge in something that she doesn't want to necessarily put all her energy in if it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, if that person chooses to be the kind of person that they are, you can't really change them. All you can do is just decide to not work with them, decide to have nothing to do with them, and you just move on, because you really have to be strong, because you can't complain, because you can't really change who people are. You could say something, they could feel a way about it for 5 minutes, and then nothing. I'm not saying you shouldn't say something, but you should, but you can't really change other people. So I guess it's just like hard in terms of that, but like in general, we're sick of these niggas.
We are definitely sick of these niggas. And that brings me to, your latest release, which is straight fire. You are saying you are sick.
Sick and tired.
Hey, tell us of these niggas.
Of these niggas, man. The crazy thing, I didn't even put, there's so much to say. I didn't even put everything in the song, because, of course you have to sell the song. But like, if I was really given the opportunity, I'll just talk. There's really no rapping or singing or anything. It's just like, as I said before, men not necessarily understanding boundaries. Like, I talk about how that situation when girls are in the club with the other girls, and then some guy pulls up and he's trying to, sometimes he might be like, nah, he wants to buy you guys drinks, obviously he knows who he's trying to chat to. But then it's just annoying that the only reason why they do that is because they're trying to get some at the end of the night, I don't know why people can't feel the need to establish a relationship. Okay, personally to me, sex is not just for fun. It's like an exchange of energies with this person that you genuinely care so much about, because that is like invading like the utmost boundary of anybody. So I don't understand how men can't choose to put their sexual desires aside and understand that the minute you force yourself with somebody else, whether it's just like, you're trying to be all entitled, you're holding her as if she's yours, or you genuinely rape her, but how do you not honestly see that that is a bad thing? Like, before you make that decision, did you really not think about it in your head and see how it's going to affect her after this? As in, and they walk around with all this pride, like, yeah, they don't know how to take rejection, they have a fragile masculinity, they don't know. It's like, why?
What do you think it is? Let's talk about it.
I really don't know.
What do you think it is?
Because before you do anything, you've thought about it. But I know so many of them are triggered the minute a baby's like, nah. That's when they're like, nah.
So men don't know how to take rejection.
They don't know how to take rejection.
Period.
Because I've experienced it with my friend again. The girl who's on the song, she's called Ayoo. We were walking down this road, and then some guy pulls up on her. And then she's walking closer to me like, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk to this guy. This guy's chatting her up, like, how are you? Then she doesn't say anything. Oh, you don't want to talk to me? Then she's like, please leave me alone. Oh, you don't want to talk to me because you think I don't have money? Where did that even come from?
Projection.
We're just minding our own business. We're trying to get to the Uber. You want to chat so much. She doesn't want to listen to you. And then it's like, and then I tell him, yo, fuck off. And then now he's coming at me. He's trying to attack me, like, yeah. And then he tells her, Atina, I'm not talking to you anymore. He tells me, why are you doing like, why are you doing this? Why are you being disrespectful? Why are you trying to be rude? Why are you trying to make me look like a bad person? Me, I'm the one who's trying to make you look like a bad person. Are you not seeing how you're behaving right now? Do you not know how you're behaving before? But it's me. I'm the one making you look a certain kind of way. Because I'm not going to let you get away with whatever it is that you want to do. And that's like the half of it, I'm not saying, yeah, there's some babes who, you might entertain her enough and she's like, okay, cool, yeah, let's see what's up, But if you're not the catch, if you're not her type, if she's not in the mood, anyway, man, I'm just honestly so sick. Like, I honestly, and I don't even know how to, because even men who beat their wives, like, child abusers, not just, even when I say sick of these niggas, I don't want just to necessarily say I'm sick of men. I'm also sick of people who constantly defy other people's boundaries, like beating up children. I don't understand why people do that. These house helps, I know you're mad, but don't beat somebody else's kid. There should be like some type of vetting system when people find out, when a couple find out that they're pregnant, they really need to go for like some psychiatric counseling or something, because for real, you know, not everyone is supposed to be a parent. Not everybody is capable, like mentally. Some people, they just don't have it in them. Yes, you might feel that you want to have a baby, it's time, it's the way of life, it's how society works, but you could be that one individual that's not supposed to have kids because you don't know how to act. Period. There's nothing else I would say. You just don't know how to act. You know, because there's so many kids. There's so many child abuse cases that are not like. How do we protect those people? Because like here we don't really have that. What do you call it in the US? They normally have,
I know what you're talking about.
Social services. Do we have a social services in Kenya? I don't think we do. Even we do. Okay, so I guess we do. I was not even.
We wouldn't even know. You see, that's a problem.
I wouldn't even know. But I guess that's on me because I could really find the information. But the information needs to be out there as well. I feel like even the nannies need to go through proper training. I mean, some do, but then others, it's just like those.
It's a gig.
Yeah, it's like you know, like a pimp, but then not a pimp for like house helps, and then you know just. And those are not just specifically the ones that, you know, I don't know, man, but the fact that someone can honestly attack a kid, I don't understand where your mind is at. People need to count to 100 more often. People really need to
pressing on.
Yeah, and it's just so annoying. And these are the things that I'm sick of. I think I need to do like Sick of These Niggas Part 2. So I can really
you heard it here first. Keeping it with Natanya. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Come tell us, okay?
Because there's just so many things that happen in our society that we really don't know what to do. People need to be aware. We need to find out ways that we can be able to make these changes, because talking about it is one thing, finding a solution is another thing, and it takes a lot to do, a lot of awareness.
But that's why people like you come in. You see voices of society, arts, you see. You're playing a big part to it, and shout out to you for that. In your own way, in your own little way, I feel like you're making strides, you know, in your margin. Conversations like this have to happen, because if they don't happen, then people will never know how to act. People will never know that some of these things they're doing are actually problematic, you know. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
TikTok, can't you not fucking see? I really do not mess with riff-rap. Pull up, looking hella fly, how we do? Pull up in your nigga Porsche, watch me skirt. He used to be a soldier boy, now want me you. Should've never fucked.
So, LaRue, 2020 is looking up for you in the midst of the pandemic, of which goddamn.
I know goddamn, but it's giving me some time to write some music and stuff, which I'm really excited about.
What should we expect? What's coming next? You just dropped Katakuno with, not you, but you featured on Katakuno.
Oh yeah. Oh, that came out like in March or February, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Katakuno. Oh my gosh, guys, you know, we really recorded that song a while ago. There's so much music, man. But it's just there. I don't know what guys are doing. I've done a couple of features. But you know, sometimes it's just like vibing in the studio, because it's also just fun and something to do. So I also get surprised when people are just like, okay, by the way, this song is coming out. I was like, okay, yeah. So Katakino, that was one. So I'm working on an EP that should be dropping this year, fingers crossed. And there's also this other one single called Atoti. I just recorded that. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not even going to say anything else. Come over and giddy, imagine one time. That's it. And that's all.
Guys, I'm feeling hyperventilated.
That's all I'm gonna say about that tune. I don't wanna jinx it. Let's just see. Touch wood. Yeah, so that's something I'm super excited about, and whatever it is that comes my way.
Okay.
Yeah. Kill me, right?
Takua.
Please.
Kidogo tutauliwa pia.
So tight. Damn, we feel you.
Do you think I'm funny?
I think you're
Are you
funny,
serious?
You kind of have my sense of humor, looking. The fact that you actually caught that and you kept it going. Bitch.
Listen, I'm gonna start doing this also my Jimbo thing.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping on myself.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Hey, as in your hair is longer than your skirt.
Yep.
A babe.
Inches.
Hey.
Inches, baby.
A babe.
Always.
Hey? Well, this has been a really great, show to have you on.
Thank you so much.
No, not like that.
Yeah.
Great show to have you on. Who's that? Is that me? Never.
Invent of the word jealousy, that God is living in fallacies. All these faces, all these facades, got me doing things unnecessarily. Got my mind flipping retardedly, got my life changing entirely. I be steady sipping that Hennessy, tryna get my mind in truancy. I be standing alone. My perspective on love, nigga, got me to standing alone. Singing the song, loving alone. My heart, baby, ain't got a home, but I'll be okay, cause I'm in the zone. Need a young guy, man, I'm in the know, so I'ma move on to a nigga who gon' put me so on. A nigga who finna relate to this song, relate to this. Soul of mine, relate to this. Sound of